What I'm about to tell you might sound like science fiction, but it's not. Thousands of satellites orbit the Earth, streaming data down every second of every day. Nearly half of those signals aren't encrypted. Yes, you heard that right. From cell phone conversations to military communications, millions of data streams are flying freely through the sky. And with just an $800 satellite dish, anyone can listen. Satellites are the invisible backbone of our modern world. Always connected, always transmitting. Navigation, weather, internet, phone networks, all rely on them. You'd think such a vital system would be secure, right? That assumption is wrong. Researchers from the University of California, San Diego, and the University of Maryland discovered about half of all satellite signals are broadcast without any encryption. This means private, corporate, and even military data is sent across the sky completely unprotected, shocking the cybersecurity community. For 3 years, a small research team set up a basic satellite receiver on a university rooftop in San Diego. No fancy lab, just about $800 worth of off-the-shelf parts. By pointing their dish at different satellites and decoding signals, they uncovered a massive flow of exposed information. This included snippets of T-Mobile users' phone calls and text messages, and Wi-Fi data from airplanes mid-flight. They also found communications from offshore oil platforms, power grids, and even location data from US and Mexican military and police networks. Professor Aaron Schulman from UC San Diego said, "We were completely shocked. We thought our critical infrastructure was fully encrypted, but every time we looked closer, we found it wasn't." Their study, Don't Look Up, will be presented at an international computing conference, a jab at the satellite industry's unspoken security policy. According to Schulman, the system's security model seems to be based on one assumption: that nobody will bother to check what's being sent through space. The team quietly contacted companies whose data they intercepted. Many, like T-Mobile, quickly encrypted their satellite traffic. Others, including some critical infrastructure providers, still haven't. No one had documented vulnerabilities at this scale across so many systems. The team could only observe about 15% of satellites visible from their small Southern California location, meaning what they found is likely just a small piece of a much bigger global problem. Johns Hopkins cryptography expert Matt Green summed it up. "This shows that enormous amounts of data are still being broadcast openly over satellite links. And since many systems are outdated, these vulnerabilities will remain for years. It's insane." He added, "I'd be surprised if intelligence agencies hadn't been exploiting this for decades." Much of the intercepted data came from satellite backhaul connections, used by remote cell towers to send calls and messages. From anywhere within satellite range, someone could receive those same transmissions. Researchers captured unencrypted traffic from T-Mobile, AT and T-Mexico, and Telmex. In just 9 hours, they collected over 2,700 phone numbers and messages. They heard one side of each call, enough to expose serious flaws. Maryland professor Dave Levin said, "When I saw what we were capturing, my first thought was, did we just commit a crime? But we didn't interfere. These signals were just out there, freely broadcast for anyone to receive." The data included military vessels, police communications, and industrial control systems sending unencrypted data through space. Researchers found messages revealing troop movements, helicopter maintenance logs, and energy infrastructure alerts, all in plain text. Mexico's national electricity provider, CFE, openly transmitted customer names, addresses, and internal maintenance reports over satellite. Some U.S. utilities weren't much better. The antenna also picked up corporate traffic from Walmart Mexico, ATM communications from major banks, and in-flight Wi-Fi from commercial airlines. Even supposedly secure systems were as vulnerable as a public cafe hotspot in the sky. Satellite companies responded, "Encryption is up to the users. They provide the connection, customers protect their data. Protection costs money, and old systems rarely get updated. So the sky remains full of unguarded signals carrying pieces of everyone's lives. The scariest part? Setting up this system costs less than a used smartphone, about $800 total for a dish, motor, and tuner card. As one researcher joked, This isn't NSA level tech. This is home TV setup level tech. To prove their point, the team released an open source toolkit called Don't Look Up, allowing others to explore the problem. This raises concerns. If researchers can do it, so can criminals or foreign spies. But Schulman says the goal is awareness, not exploitation. We're finding insecure systems and helping make them safe, he said. Intelligence agencies have likely been doing this for years. The NSA even warned about unencrypted satellite transmissions in 2022. UCSD professor Nadia Henninger quipped, "If they're not doing it, then what are my tax dollars even paying for?" She compared findings to the Snowden leaks, but this time, data isn't stolen from secret cables. It's broadcast openly. Henninger said, "The threat model used to be government surveillance through undersea cables. Now we see that the same kind of data is literally being streamed across half the planet, in the clear. Sometimes the biggest security flaws hide where no one bothers to look." Satellites connect the world, but they also expose it. They give us internet, GPS, and communication, quietly leaking pieces of our digital lives into the sky. Maybe it's time we start looking up and asking what's really out there. Thank you for watching. If this story surprised you, don't forget to look up, because sometimes the biggest secrets are right there, hidden in the sky. We've reached the end of another video. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for new videos. See you next time.